friends, welcome to Betkraft, your home of short bet football analysis and predictions. Okay, welcome again to a new week, the 15th day of April. Okay, we do have a lot of games that we selected, made our in-depth analysis on them, and we brought it forward for you today. And okay, we do have games in, Denmark as well as in Sweden. We do have in Norway as well, and we also have games in England and Turkey, as well as a game in Italian Serie B or Serie C. Okay, all right. That being said, before we head to the predictions of the day, I would like to urge those of you who are coming across our video for the very first time to take time to click the subscription button so that you won't be missing out on our subsequent games, and also on that way you will also help us grow this very channel. Okay, make sure you also turn the notification on so that each time we make these predictions, you get notified, and in that way you won't be missing out on our wonderful tips that are coming up here every day. Okay, that being said, let's head to the business of the day. All right, today we are starting with the very first game, which is in Denmark with Super League, and where we have Silkeborg coming up against Nordsjælland. Okay, and in this very encounter, we looked at that. It's one of the corner games that we had predicted for you today, and we'll see that for Silkeborg in the past, 10 games they've had, over 8 corners, 80% of the time, and Nordsjælland on the other hand, 89% of the time they've as well seen, 8 corners in their past matches. So, putting all of that together, we come to a conclusion that in this very encounter, we're going to expect over 7.5 corners, at least 8 corners, appear in this very encounter. That's our verdict. 7.5 corners. Okay, and that takes us to the very next game, which happened to be in England, where Chelsea will be coming up against Everton also, and we do made our analysis based on corner also in this very encounter. We saw that in the past 10 games for Chelsea have seen 78% of the time produce over 8 corners, and as well as Everton 100% of the time have seen over 8 corners in the past 10 games. So we expect in this very encounter to see at least over 7.5 corners. So at least 8 corners, appearing in this very encounter. That's our verdict. Over 7.5 corners as well. Okay, and we head to the next game for today. It is in Italian Serie C, where we have Juve Stabia who will be coming up against Crotone. Okay, we'll take a look at how both teams are fared. As usual, we can see that in the past 5, Juve Stabia have been able to manage 4 wins as well as 1 loss in the past 5 games of head, and their wayside Crotone in the past 5 games so far have seen just 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 draws in the past 5 games of head. And when you look at how both teams are fared from home and away respectively, you could see that while playing from home, Juve Stabia in the past 5 games have been able to have achieve 4 wins and 1 draw playing from home in the past 5 games of head, and their wayside Crotone playing from away have been able to manage 1 win, which came against the Messina, and they lost 2 as well as 2 draws in the past 5 away games. So putting all that together, we come to a conclusion that it is the home side Juve Stabia who's expected to come up with the results in this very game. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game that we have for you is in England, under 21, Arsenal under 21 coming up against Aston Villa under 21. And in this very encounter, we could see that for Arsenal under 21 in the past 5 games of head, they've had 2 draws, 2 wins, and 1 loss. And their wayside in the past 5 games have had 2 losses, 1 draw, as well as 2 wins in the past 5 games of head. And when you take a look at how both teams are fared from home and away respectively, we can also see that in the past 5 for the home side, Arsenal have had 3 draws and 2 wins, and the away side in the past 5 away games have played, they've had 3 wins and 2 losses. Okay, in the past 5 games they've played, and in the past 5 away games, and also in this very encounter, we saw that Arsenal has been doing well of recent. Arsenal under 21, and we expect the home side Arsenal under 21, who is doing a little bit better than Aston Villa under 21, to come up with a good result in this very one. We expect them to win outrightly in this very game. Home win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game happened to be in Bulgaria, where Ludogorets is coming up against Ada in Bulgarian league, and we could see that in the past 5 encounters for the home side, they have had 4 wins and 1 loss, and the away side have managed just 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in the past 5 games they've had so far in general. And when you take a look at how both teams have fared from the home and away perspective, we could see that the home side in the past 5 games that played from home have seen them, been able to achieve 4 wins and 1 loss, and the away side in the past 5 away games have seen them, manage just 1 win, and have lost 4 times out of my past 5 games I've played from away so far. So in putting all that together, we know that the home side, Ludogorets, is expected to win in this very encounter. Okay, they're the favorites, and they're going to pick up the sports in this very game. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game happened to be in Turkey, where we have Alliance Sport, who will be up against Galatasaray. And so look at how both teams are fared in the past 5. Could see that for the home side, Alliance Sport, they have had 3 wins and as well as 2 draws in the past 5 games they've had, and the away side, Galatasaray, have managed 4 wins and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had so far. And also taking a look at how both teams are fared from home and away, respectively, we could see that the home side, Alliance Sport, have managed 3 wins while playing from home, and have had 2 draws while playing from home. They've not really lost, in the past 10 home games. Okay, the past 10 home games have seen them just having 1 loss, and they've had 4 draws and 5 wins in the past 10 home games I've had so far. And away side, playing from away, Galatasaray, in the past 5 away games have seen them, winning 4, losing 1. Okay, in the past 10 away games, they've lost just 2, and those 2 coming from the Champions League game against Copenhagen and Sparta Praha, and they've had 2 draws, and they've had 6 wins in the past 10 away games of play so far. So in this very encounter, we know that Galatasaray is a very strong side, and we as well know that Galatasaray, is on the verge of clinching the Turkish league, and we expect them to come up with the sports in this very encounter. They wouldn't want to slip up, knowing that Fenerbahce is also there, looking for looking for them to slip up. So we expect the away side, Galatasaray, to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is a win-win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, which happened to be in Sweden, where we have Häcken coming up against Brommapojkarna in Swedish league. And we see that in the past 5 for the home side, they have managed just 1 win as well as 1 draw, and have had 3 losses while playing in the past 5 games they've had. And the away side in the past 5 have seen 4 wins and 1 draw in the past 5 games they've had. So for anyway, take a look at how both teams have fared from their home and away respectively. We could say that from home, the home side in the past 5 home games they've had 2 wins, they've had 2 losses as well, and 1 draw. And the away side on the in the past 5 away games I've had so far, they've seen 3 wins, they've had 1 loss and 1 draw in the past 5 away games. And putting all that together, we know that the away side, Brommapojkarna, is actually favorites to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is a away win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. It is in also in Sweden, where we have Värnamo coming up against the Malmo. Okay, and we take a look at how both teams have fared in recent encounters. We could as well see that at the home side, Värnamo have had 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had. And when you look at the away side, Malmo, in the past 5, they have as well seen 4 wins and 1 draw in the past 5 games they've had. When you take a look at how both teams have fared from from home and away, respectively, we could see that playing from home, the home side have managed 3 wins and 2 losses, and the away side, Malmo, have had just 1 loss, and they've had 4 wins while playing from away. Okay, putting all that together, we know that Malmo is a very strong side in Swedish league, and they're expected to come up with the sports in this very encounter. It is a away side to win. That's our verdict to that very game, and that happened to be the last game that we have for you today. And I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green again today. And remember to play responsibly. Remember to play with what you can afford to lose. Do not put your entire fortune in betting expecting to win. This is a football game. It can go either way. Anything can as well happen. But I'm just giving you these tips as per direction to help you in win games. Okay, that being said, tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow is a very big day. A lot of games will be coming up tomorrow, and I hope to see you again in Betkraft for tomorrow's game. But until then, keep winning.